Now we're going to go over our lower body rolling sequence. So again, we're in step A right now. We're applying pressure. I'm going to show you the 1, 2, 3s in the lower body. So the main muscle tissue that I'm going to show you today is going to be the quads, and it's going to be the hip flexors. You can definitely do this on all the limiting muscle tissue. So sometimes you'll have tight calves, tibs, hamstrings, glutes, right? So you're going to use this 1, 2, 3 system on any muscles that you find with your trainer, whether that be through assessments or whatnot. You're going to use this system on all those muscles. So this isn't to show, okay, we're only doing our quads and hip flexors, but for the sake of giving you guys a good example, we're going to do the quads and hip flexors. Those are the two most predominant muscles that we're going to focus on. So the first one that we'll do is going to be quads. So you can do these at the same time once you get really good at it, but when you're starting, I really want you to start one quad at a time. So for our example today, we're going to start on my left quad. We're going to do our 1, 2, 3 system again. So we're starting with rolling with the muscle tissue. We're working our way up and down the quad. This one is normally quite painful, and so you might find some spots that you really tense up on. What I want you to avoid is avoiding 9 out of 10. If you get to the point where you're bracing and protecting yourself, then we're not going to get much release. So that's where you're going to just take a moment again. You're going to take a few big breaths in and out, and you're just going to spend some time releasing and relaxing that muscle. So again, we're working all the way through the muscle tissue. Step 2 is going to be that shearing. Now this is a big muscle, so we can split this up into a couple different spots. Right now I'm on that higher part of my quad, but I might work down near the knee and shear there as well. You can find which areas need the most attention, and you'll feel that. Your body's not going to lie to you. It's going to suck in the spots where you need a lot of work. So again, we're going through the shearing there. Now we'll work into that pin and move process. So again, we're finding our spot that creates a little bit of tension, and we're going to bring the knee up to the bum and try to relax on the way back down. This one is often quite painful, and you can kind of do a few of these. Working our way into the hip flexor. This is a muscle where we're a little bit more limited in what we can do. So we're working into our hip flexor here. There's not a whole lot of range of motion. We can try working out to the side a little bit. We can try getting really nice and dialed on the inside spots. But again, we're doing light rolling. Then we're going into our shearing, cross friction. So we're shaking on this roller, working into the hip flexor. Again, we can go up to the side a little bit on this one, and that works pretty well too. This is a limited muscle for pin and move, so there's not a whole lot we can do. So you can definitely do the knee raises. It's going to stretch along that line, and that's great. But this one just doesn't have as much pin and move. That's the same kind of thing for the hamstrings, glutes. There's not much we can do for that third step. I will show you calf just to give you an example of what that would look like. But if you're rolling something like the calf, you could do the ankle rolls, but essentially we're just trying to create some sort of movement on that pin and move. And if you can do that, great. The lower body's a little bit more limited for what we can do, so that's okay if you can't find anything. So there's the step A for the lower body.